Greetings, learners. Welcome again. This is our 8th topic in our health and wellness unit. We are going to get insights on multiple organ failure, or simply organ dysfunction. Some of the organs that fail include the kidney, the heart, and the lung. One can suffer from failure of one or more organs, or what we call multiple organ failure. We shall thus explore the factors that can lead to organ failure, and we shall also learn how to prevent organ failure or organ dysfunction that can lead to organ failure. One thing we need to appreciate is that it's very expensive to manage organ failure in terms of money, and also the specialized equipment, and also the specialists needed for the management of organ failure. So remember, only a small fraction of our health facilities can optimally manage organ dysfunction in our country. So in this topic, in our learning expectations, we shall learn about multiple organ dysfunction syndrome, also various types of organ failure, their causes, signs of organ failure, how to diagnose organ failure, and then treatment and prevention. Remember, most important thing we say is the prevention. So what is organ dysfunction? Organ dysfunction is a medical condition where one or more organs do not function as expected, impairing the body's ability to maintain a stable internal environment, what we call homeostasis, without clinical intervention. It is a broad term that describes a range of impaired organ function, from a mild reduction of capacity to severe organ failure, where an organ completely stops working. So this symptom or the condition can lead to symptoms like confusion, low blood pressure, or decreased urine output, depending on the affected organ. So organ failure means that one or several of your organs is failing, so it's not able to do the job adequately for your body needs. This can happen suddenly or gradually. So if one of your vital organs fails, you'll need life support or an organ transplant to replace it. Your vital organs include the liver. You cannot do without the liver. You cannot do without a working kidney, a heart, brain, lungs, and the small intestines. So these are mainly the organs that fail, and they'll affect your body because you need life support, or you need a replacement of that organ. So organ failure is when one, we've said, or several of your organs stop functioning. And we have said it can happen suddenly, or even it can happen over a period of time. We've said the vital organs, or the organs that you cannot live without. So when one of them is not functioning well, you'll need life support to aid its work, or replace the failing organ when it cannot do the jobs that it is meant to do. Sometimes some of these organs recover, but sometimes they do not. So when organ failure is final, when it has failed completely, it can be fatal. If it is not aided in working or replaced, it can be fatal, yeah. So let's look at some of these organs that fail. What are the different types of organ failure? The first one, the vital organs that can fail include your liver. So your liver performs hundreds of functions necessary to sustain life, including filtering toxins from your blood. So liver failure can be acute or chronic. So the second organ that can fail are your kidneys. Your kidneys remove waste from your blood through your urine and balance your fluids and electrolytes. We also find that, like the liver, kidney failure can be acute or chronic. So the other organ that can fail is your heart. So your heart definitely delivers oxygen oxygen-rich blood to all the blood vessels or your organs in the body. So when your heart is failing, it can affect your whole body. You can have acute heart failure. This is a rapid decline in heart function, or congestive heart failure is a chronic condition that progresses over time. So the other organ that can fail are the lungs. Your lungs are part of your respiratory system, which delivers oxygen to all the body parts. So respiratory failure can also be acute or chronic. That is happening immediately, or it can take some time. So the other organ that can fail are the small intestines. So your intestines absorb most of the nutrients from your food that your body needs to operate. So when your small intestines fail, they result in malnutrition and starvation. So you lack some of the nutrients that you require for your body. So the other organ that will fail is your brain. Your brain tells all of your other body organs to function. So degenerative brain disease can cause chronic progressive brain failure. So, and acute brain failure is the process of brain death. When your brain or brainstem dies, the rest of your organs will follow. You cannot function without the brain. So what are the causes of organ dysfunction? So we find different conditions may cause one or your organs to fail, or several at once. When it is more than one, providers may call it either multiple organ failure, total organ failure, or multiple organ dysfunction. So what does it mean to have organ failure? Yeah. The word can be misleading. The term organ failure can be misleading. It seems to imply that your organ is already expired. But that may not be the end stage. It really means that your organ isn't up to its full capacity. It's failing to do its whole job as it does less of its job. So you'll need more support. You'll need it urgently. You may need it urgently if you have acute organ failure, and it may be also temporary. So that means you may have an impaired function. The organ is not performing its normal task adequately. So not always failure doesn't mean that your organ is completely expired and it is not reversible. So when the organ is not functioning well, the body struggles to maintain the balance in its internal environment, which we normally call the homeostasis. So something needs to be done. Examples or symptoms that one may have is cognitive dysfunction. That is the altered mental state, difficulty in thinking, or one may have confusion, because when you have the organ failure. With cardiovascular dysfunction, you have the low blood pressure, weakness or reduced heart function. With renal failure, you have decreased urine output and reduced kidney filtration. Then with the respiratory failure, you have difficult breathing or inadequate oxygen exchange in the body. The causes now of organ failure, what are the causes or organ dysfunction? One of them is the infections, severe infections leading to systemic inflammation and organ damage. Another cause can be due to trauma when you are injured. So major physical injuries can initiate a widespread inflammatory response. Then also critical illness, various severe health conditions can trigger organ dysfunction. Then you can also have autoimmune disease. Autoimmune is when your body fails to recognize or mistakenly attacks the body's own organs. So we said multiple organ dysfunction syndrome, or what we call MODS, is a progression to multiple organ dysfunction when many organs have failed. This one is a serious medical emergency that can be life-threatening and requires immediate medical care and life support to prevent progression to complete organ failure. So I welcome you now to interact with the learning activities of this topic. Go through all the learning materials and do all the exercises as indicated and enjoy the learning. So thank you very much for listening.